Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So in this video, we want to fix a slight problem here. Let's say I'm on the trash tab here, and I refresh the page. It takes me back to the drive side, but I want to stay here so that if, for example, we refresh the table, we are not refreshing the table of the my drive, we are refreshing the one on the trash, right? So I don't even know why that happens. So let's go to, wait a second here. So the tab doesn't seem to have changed at all, but it just shows different data. When we come back here, it reloads data from the wrong place. So I think the important thing here is to, let's see, how are we refreshing our page? So I'm going to go to the admin.php. Here it just says table.refresh. It doesn't really specify the mode. So I think that's where the problem is. So I'm going to go to if I click, I want to see what happens when I click on the trash. That's mod.set. That's what happens. So let's go to mod.set. So where is that? There it is. So when we set, the M is the current mode. Okay, great. And then how do we do this? So mod.refresh, we do mod.current mode. Okay, so that's all we need to do. So let me just copy that. Let me come back to the handle result of the actions object. And right here where it refreshes the table, where is this? Action.send, it should respect the mode. So I don't know why I have two of these, but there's one here as well. So I guess I should remove this. Let me remove this one here. It's not useful because we already have a table.refresh here. Let's put the current mode there. Okay, that solves our problem, I think. If I go to trash, refresh, okay, that doesn't work still. But when we do an action here, so let me go to my drive. I want to trash this one, delete, there we go. So it goes to the trash, there we go. So once we right click and delete, it should still show us this page. And there it does, show us that page. So that problem is sorted. Now I want to be able to right click and say restore. So instead of delete, in here, while we are in here, the delete button should change. No, actually the delete button should remain. We should have a restore button instead. Now I need to see what icon I can use here for now. Now I can get these from, these are bootstrap icons, so I can go bootstrap and go to icons. So this one is icons.getbootstrap.com, and then I can search for arrows here. I want to see what the name is. So I want an arrow that kind of shows a restoration. So let's see here. It doesn't look like there's any. Right. This one here, right there. Arrow counterclockwise. Okay, great. Thank you very much. So what I would do now is go to the this part here, the submenu, And right with delete, I'm gonna do this and say restore. Restore row. Oops. And this one is arrow. What was that? Arrow counter clockwise, I think. So we're back and let's refresh. So there's restore, but that didn't work. Counterclockwise arrow. Okay, I'm gonna click on it and then copy that. Arrow counterclockwise. So that was my spelling. Okay, spelling was wrong, so that's my bad. Restore. Now this should only show up in a specific mode, that's all. Otherwise it shouldn't even be there. So what I would do on this one, I would say hide, right, like so. I'll actually just leave it. Then what I would do is when we do click something, it's action.delete row. When we show the submenu is the key here. So submenu.show. Here there's a point at which we hide stuff. So we're just going to duplicate that instead of say restore button. Then hide it, right? So then I'm going to copy this. And I'll put an if statement that will be backed up. So say if mode.current is equal to trash, only then should we show the restore part of things. So let's do that. Remove the hide. Okay. So I'm gonna refresh, and now I will right click. Wait. Okay, so that doesn't work anymore, which means there's an error. Go to the console, let's check it out. It says it can't find that. So we can assume that it's this new thing we added, and it's true, this does not exist. So let's add it. So we have that restore. Let's add that class name there. So back again. So right click and there it is. But for some reason it's still showing in here, which it shouldn't, right? Let's go to trash and see if it shows. It does. My drive, show, restore. Okay, it shouldn't show. So let's make sure of that. We should first hide it, restore button. Oh, sorry, I put it on the wrong place. So it should be here on the restore, not on the delete. That's why it wasn't working. So now it will work. So you don't see restore here anywhere. If we go to the trash, we see restore. Now we should actually add some code to that. So we sent it to the restore row, but that doesn't exist. So let's go to where the submenu or action.delete is. So that's the action. Where is the delete? No, I think it's table.delete row. Let's see, table. Where is the table? Okay, so there it is. Delete row and restore are very close together. So let me duplicate this. So change that to restore row. Please select a row to restore. Okay, are you sure you want to restore this item? Then here we change that, restore row. As simple as that. We grab the type, we grab the content, then we send. Very, very simple. Come back to the API, exactly where we're doing the delete. We're just going to duplicate this delete version and then change it, Ctrl+Shift+D. What just happened? What just happened? Okay, that's not cool. So I'm going to copy this. I'll paste it right at the top there again. Not good. What am I copying? Let me copy the if statement up to here. Then I'm just going to paste it down there. And the else statement should not be repeated. And instead, let me move this in. Wait a second. Nope, I shouldn't have moved that in. What I should do is add an else statement. Like so. So hopefully that worked out well. So I'm just joining to these and then changing this one to restore. Now we don't need this actually restored thing because we're not deleting anything. Also, we don't need to know whether this is trash, this is what. So we just need to update. We don't need to read from there. So I'm going to remove all of this. Remove all of this. Oops. Went too far there. Also in here, I just need the update part. This whole thing is pointless, and this too. Okay, so if it's a folder, we update folder, set trash is equal to 0 because we are restoring where blah blah blah. That's good enough. Run the query and that's it. So back, let's give it a shot. Refresh. Go back to trash. Okay, what's going on? I think we have a problem with our else statements and that. I think I may have made a mistake here. I may have caused a problem. There's this missing thing here. So let me do that. Yeah, missing closing bracket. Okay, so everything is working. Back to trash. If I right click, I can say restore. Yes, it's gone now. So if I come back here, I find it here. So I can now delete an item and restore it. Could not complete. Why? Okay, let's check it out. What's going on in the console? This is weird. We are having errors. Let me try this one. Delete. Could not complete operation. Okay. So instead of all of that, the error, let's go ahead and this is an action object thing that's going on. So let's find the action object and it says here, please try again. Could not complete. Wait, where is the could not? Could not. Oh, there it is. So it's because the object didn't parse properly. That's why. Okay, so there's likely an error which I missed here. So let me use the console again. Let me close that. Let's say delete and say OK. So here it says success false. So that didn't go through. Why? Okay, let me go to the API here. Maybe there's something wrong. I made something change in here. Right. This is my bad. think I deleted a whole section here. This is insane. What? Okay, what I'll do is I'll copy this restore part from all of this up to the end here. So copy that so I can keep it in memory. And then I will undo what I did here. I think I deleted a whole section of this part here when deleting these guys. Okay, I think that's too far now, because clearly it's here now. Select, delete. Okay, so let me keep going until I find that point where I changed things, which is right there. So undo, save. So delete row still has this part where there's folder and an else statement for this other part, which is good. Then I can now paste my copy here. So now I have restore row, which is fine. So I think things will work out okay now. Close this. Let's delete. Okay, so it's working. There we go. And let's restore. Restore it. Very good. Okay, so that's great. We also need to see the sharing options here. So I'm going to change one of these. Maybe instead of created or updated, I can put a share status here. So maybe the updated, let me find it. This is the date modified. That's file details. So let's go to the actual column here. There's created, updated. So instead of created, we're gonna say share. That way there's an icon for whether this thing is shared or not. So I'm gonna go down to where we create the table. So instead of created here, we're gonna put shared. So let me refresh. So it's the share state, but maybe let's say shared, put a D there. That way it tells us whether it's shared or not. So shared undefined. Okay, undefined. Let's go back to my drive. Let's see what it's actually called. Share mode. Okay. So here we're going to call it shared. That's fine. But when we adding things from the table to the table, sorry, it should be share mode, like so. Underscore mode. Okay. Why does it have undefined? Okay, that's because the folders don't have a share mode. But they should actually, so that we can actually share folders with others. So let's go to folders. Let me go to the structure. Let me add one more. Let's go share mode, tiny int, length of 1, default value 0, save. Then let's index that. And now if I refresh, it comes down to 0. So shared, very nice. I want to limit the width of the type so that it gives more room for these guys. So what I would do is where there's type here, I will put a style. Just like I did here for max width, let me just copy that instead. There it's 200 pixels, so I can use that as reference. I think that's about right. So I'll leave it like that as well. Yeah, that way it gives more room for the others, which is a little bit better. Okay, goody. Very nice. Now we can know the share mode here. Let's look at icons here over there. like people, I want it to show something like this when it's shared, and I don't know what it should show if it's not shared. Maybe this. So let's do person X field as the no share. This one, it means it's shared with some people, and public should be a globe instead. So there'll be three modes: not shared, shared with certain people, and the globe means it's public. So I'm just gonna change a few of these. So let me go to the My Drive. So I'm going to set a few share modes here intentionally. So this one will be 1. Let's go to this one. This one will be 2. And the rest will be zeros. That way we can see all three modes. So we see them here, 0, 1, and 2. So when we are creating this, we can deal with the share mode here. So I'm just gonna duplicate this because this is a similar concept here. So instead of download link, this is gonna be share_mode. So we edit the share mode here and then we show it over there. So I'm gonna copy this and just remove the rest of this. Share mode, right? So share mode here will have, let's see, if share mode is equal to 0 or just 1. I think we don't need to specify the 0 one. So the 1 will have that, and share mode becomes this, and then we're gonna put else, and put another if statement where it's equal to 2, and then we do something else. So here, let's see, we don't need a link of any kind to any of this, so I'll remove all this linking mechanism. Let's remove that there. Then let me copy this, of course, and put it here, and same thing here. Let's remove that last else statement. Okay, so if it's 0, we are here. If it's 1, we are here. If it's 2, we are here. So let's see the icons we want to use. So if it's 0, this is the one right here, person X field. So let's go over here and edit that. Person X field. The final one here, I think, should just be globe. I think there is one called globe. And then this one is people, I think. People field. All right. So let's see that in action. If I refresh, that's what we see. So shared, no, 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 no. This one is definitely shared. Let's see if we can find a better looking one. Planet, globe. I think that's this one. Kind of like this one with Africa. So globe, Europe, Africa. It's much better. Oops. I done opened Edge. Nobody ever opens Edge. Okay, let's refresh, and there we go. So this is public. This is, now if somebody doesn't know this, they need a tooltip when they hover on these things. So we can add that by just saying title is equal to, and then here we say not shared. Then here we'll say shared with specific users, and then this one is just shared to public. Okay, so you can put your own tooltips there. When somebody hovers on this, it shares not shared, shared to public, shared with specific users. Righty then. So when we right click and say share, that's when we'll have a dialog box where we can specify the sharing mechanism and then copy the link to the item so you can share it with friends just like on Google Drive. Okay, so we'll do that in the next video.